could be so bad about giving into this plant? What could be so wrong about giving into this plant? But in this film, we see what happens when you give in to temptation.
Supper time.
You love him madly, don't you, schmuck?
So just as a quick recap for people who either haven't seen the film or don't remember what happened, at this point in the story, Seymour has already confronted Oren, Audrey's abusive boyfriend, and Oren accidentally kills himself with a self-made gas mask.
I'm in trouble now, huh? Wait till I turn this gas off. Uh-oh. Oh, give me a hand, would you? No, I guess you wouldn't, would you? What'd I ever do to you?
Nothing. It's what you did to her.
Her who? Oh, her.
And shortly after that, while Audrey is mourning Oren's death, it's revealed that she's actually feeling guilty because she actually wanted him dead, and her and Seymour come to the conclusion that they're in love and that they're going to be together moving forward, leading to everyone's favorite moment, suddenly Seymour. Which brings us to this moment here where Mr. Mushnick is now confronting Seymour because he, unbeknownst to him, saw him cutting up Oren's body. So let's watch what happens, and then we'll come back afterwards.
Mr. Mushnick, you scared me. I
scared him. After what I seen, I scared him. Oh, you think I didn't know, huh? Oh, I knew. I knew you lay down here on your pathetic little cot and dreamed about her. But I didn't know the lengths to which you'd go, the depths to which you'd sink.
What depths? What sink? What are you talking about?
Little red dots all over the linoleum. Little red spots on the concrete outside. I'm talking blood, Krellborn. I'm talking under my own roof. An axe murderer.
He's got your number now.
I saw everything.
He knows just what you've done.
Everything you did to a boyfriend.
You've got no place to hide.
I saw you chopping.
You've got nowhere to run.
It's true. I chopped him up, but I didn't kill him.
He knows your life of crime.
Come to the police.
I think it's supper time. Come on, come on. Think about all those offers. Come on, come on. Your future with Audrey. Come on, come on. Ain't no time to turn squiddies. Come on. I swear on all my spores. When he's gone, the world will be yours. Yours. Yeah, yeah.
Ephesians 5:11 says, "Take no part in worthless deeds of evil and darkness. Instead, expose them." We're in a moment now in this film where someone has found out about what Seymour's been doing. He's been giving into his temptation and feeding the plant. But unbeknownst to him, someone's found out what's going on. Mr. Mushnick. He saw him with his own eyes chopping up Oren's body, and whether or not he actually killed Oren at this point is now irrelevant, because what's actually happening is superseded by what is believed. So what does that mean for Seymour, though? He's in a situation now where you can even hear the plant saying, he's got your number now. He knows exactly what you've done. You've got nowhere to hide, and he knows your life of crime. All of these things are true. But to me, I think what sticks out to me when I'm thinking about it is that Seymour is so deep in his temptation that, now, again, this is me just speaking from my own perspective and what I think is happening here, but just flow with me for a moment and hear me out. I think either one of two things is happening. One, either Seymour is so deep in his temptation that now his conscience sounds like the plant, and his fight or flight is responding to him. He's got your number now. He knows just what you've done. Part of me thinks that this is not the actual plant, but more of Seymour's mind conveying to him, you're caught. What are you going to do? What do we do now? And like trying to get him to like figure out what's the next steps. How do we get out of this? Or two, him and the plant and his temptation are so closely linked now that he can hear the plant in his mind. So if that is the case, and the plant is singing, and Seymour can hear it, there's a line that the plant says at the end of his lines, where he says, I swear on all my spores, when he's gone, the world will be yours. But I don't think it's accidental that the moment that he says, when he's gone, the world will be yours, his hands, the plant's vines, are covering up a mirror. But when he says, when he's gone, the world will be yours, his hands uncover the mirror and it looks like he's turning his head towards the mirror. So I personally don't think that the plant is singing to Seymour when he's singing that line. I think the plant is singing to himself. I don't think that the plant is interested in anything that Seymour wants to do. I think the plant is trying to convince Seymour to continue to give in one more time, to feed it one more time, so that its goals can be met. Because when Mushnik is gone, and when Seymour is gone, the world will be the plant's. See, that's the thing about temptation. The plant doesn't care about Seymour. It only cares about itself, its own survival. So it will do whatever is necessary for it to survive and for it to take over and do what it wants to do. It doesn't care about Seymour any more than it cares about Mushnik, any more than it cared about Oren. Everybody, every person on the planet is just food. Anybody can be consumed by it. Anybody will be consumed by it. Nothing will ever stop its hunger. So at what point do you say, I can't continue to give in to this any longer? This is the moment that Seymour's at. Being exposed is his only out of this situation. And I think he's ready to give it up and ready to be exposed. But as we'll see in what's about to happen, I don't think that everybody is able to get away from temptation, because temptation is consuming more people than just Seymour in this scene. And you'll see what I'm talking about right now.
You know, Krellborn, it kills me doing this, but considering you're almost like a son to me, I'm thinking maybe we don't have to go to the police.
We don't?
I'm thinking, what if I kept my mouth shut and gave you a one-way ticket out of town?
You do that, sir?
You could lay low for a while, say 30, 40 years. Meanwhile, I would keep the plant.
Plant?
Mark chapter 8, verse 36 and 37 says, And what do you benefit if you gain the whole world but lose your own soul? Is anything worth more than your soul? Mushnik was just about to send Seymour to jail. He thought that what he was doing was abhorrent, horrible. There was no words to describe murder. And he was ready to send him to jail. He had him at gunpoint. He had a gun in his face saying, we're going to the police. But now, he sees an opportunity. He sees a chance for him to take Seymour's place and possibly get all of the wealth and accolades that came with taking care of the plant. So now he's given into temptation. And because of that, essentially, he sealed his own fate. If he would have just taken Seymour to jail, Seymour would have been exposed and freed from the clutches of the plant. But now, he's given into temptation, which has led to the plant lowering its head and opening its mouth, beckoning Seymour to bring Mushnik closer so he can eat him. And that's what he does. And I don't know if Seymour did it out of anger. I don't know if he did it out of fear, but he does. He takes little, small, tiny steps, scooches even, to make Mushnik scoot closer and closer to the mouth of the plant. And I don't think Seymour wanted to kill Mushnik, but by pushing him closer to the plant, he does. And now we witness two men give up their morality, their conscience, their souls for their own temptations. Mushnik is consumed by the object of his temptation, and Seymour feeds another person to his. And we continue further down the rabbit hole, deeper into the cycle of giving in to temptation. Another person dead. But what happens as we continue to let temptation take over us? As we let it grow deeper and deeper inside of our hearts? What happens if we let temptation grow so big to the point where it begins to expose itself to other people? So big that other people notice it on us.
Hello.
Hey, little lady, hello.
Who is this?
You're looking cute as can be.
Is this someone I know?
You're looking mighty sweet.
Seymour!
No, it ain't Seymour. It's me.